Here is Satellar Stairs or whatever, the new little rank board. Go ahead. This is the guy who won the first place box tournament.
Alright, basics. 3 Deneb, standard. 3 Altair, don't have to explain it. I run 2 Ukes because it just pitches stuff better and it gives me 1 extra monster target. A lot of people run 1. You need 1 more because you're running 2 less monsters, and also with your Reborns, you want more in your grave to be able to use them better. 2 Vega because people, like also with Scout, like in the same style, they want to get rid of this, and once they get rid of it, your plays to make your rank 3s or your rank 4s with 3 units is a lot harder to do. You have to rely on the stick and the chair, which is bad. I do play the burner. This is hilarious because people are always in fear. Once you get to about 1,800 life points, you're in fear because you just go Altair, this, burn for 1,000, Cowboy for another 800. They lose. And the rest of my monsters, 3 stick. If you don't know what this does, that's too bad. It's nutty, which then goes into my 3 chairs, which is just draw and free pops. It's hilarious. I love it. And then the last monsters I run 2 Honest, just because cards like Tower and other big beaters you just need to get over, and everything you run is light, and so even if you have to stall your plays, like if you go, you summon, you summon Stick, and you just sit on it for next turn, they try to attack it, you protect it with Honest, they take damage, and then next turn you just go off. So it's always good, and plus you can bring it back with Call the Haunted. People forget about that. You just bring it back at the end phase, draw, put this to your hand, attack over whatever. So that's monster lineup. Spells, you don't run that many. Soul Charge, because this card is the nuts in this deck. It's amazing. Field Destruction cards, Dark Hole and Regeki. Dijin Lock is a thing, and it really disrupts this deck, so you just need something to clear it. 3 Rhoda, because you're bad if you do not play 3 Rhoda. 2 MST. Back row is becoming a little more pronounced now because of the BAs and also this, so you need something to back it. The 3rd's in the side deck, so if you're wondering about that. But that's all the spells I play, because you're more worried about traps and monsters. As for trap lineup, 3 Alpha, amazing. Torrential, a lot of spamming's been going on now with fields, so when decks like mine and others go off, you want something just to clear their board, and then your end phase you can just, call the Haunted back and you're fine. Until I throw my card everywhere. 1 Vanities, because it's Vanities. Rungering Destruction, it's still a really good card. I'm glad it came back. I love old school cards coming back. 1 Solemn, mostly for big plays to stop stuff. Danko Seka, those cards. For Reborn cards, 1 Oasis and 3 Call the Haunted. Some people play the second one. I don't like it because you can become dead at times, and also if you have more traps than monsters, then what's the point? 2 Fiendish Chain, just to stop mostly Necros and other cards from going off heavy, and also from attacking, because your life points are pretty, scarce at times. And then Bottomless I decided to throw in. It's 41. This is the 41th card. It just works really well, and also, like, near match-wise, like, oh, you summoned a Neb, but they'll get the search off, but however, they banish it, so their Altair is dead. Extra deck is pretty standard, although with this deck it's really tight now. Ragna Zero, I love popping for free and drawing. Banishing Graveyard. This is perfect in the mirror match. You make this turn 2 or whatever. Get this, get rid of the Neb and whatever, and then their Altairs are dead. You just want to make their stuff dead. Abyss, great card. Cowboy for getting games. Heroic Excalibur to pop over big stuff. 4K beater, plus it's a light, so Honest can play into effect too. I decided to play Heroic Champion Gundiva. Yeah, Gundiva. Just because this also stops the mirror match. You make this, and they try to do any play with sticks or Altair or whatever, and you just pop, and they can't do anything. Castel, because it gets rid of problems. Omega, it also protects Diamond, so it's a Lance for every Concealer monster, so it's always good. And it's 24 beat stick, so it's got some good attack. And light too. Lavalval Chain just sets up your place for next turn, gets stuff to the grave or put on top of your deck, which you usually do with a chair. Like you can summon a chair with like something else on the board, and then it just gets play set up. Let's just go with that. And then the last one, well, sort of last, Exciton blows up field. For my other ones, I go on Ouroboros. Making this, you just +2 hard. You know, banishing stuff. It works too well. The brand new card, the number 80, I believe. Yeah, number 80 Heroic Champion. I can't pronounce his name. We're gonna call it Rur. The effects, once you usually get 4 or more on this, and it is just nutty. Your opponent just cries when they see this card because it's like, okay, 3K, you know, it just blows up stuff, or they can't summon. Usually you get it with 4 and they can't no more special summon, and they just like, okay, well, I have to pass my turn, and then you just go off next turn as well.
Yeah, because who sets anymore?
Yeah, right. Deltros, because popping twice in 1 turn is awesome. Not gonna lie. 2 Traffair, Torrential Tribute for a whole field, and ripping a card out of the hand is great. It's good against every deck pretty much except BAs, but usually when you do that, you just bounce and then attack and then make your diamond. I had to cut diamond to 1 just because of the new stuff I wanted to put in. I usually ran it at 2 just because of dark decks. I'm still testing if I want to add a second one in because of Shadal's, but Shadal's are running such a light engine now, it's kind of half good, I guess, but it's still a 2700 beater. Do you want me to do side too, or?
Yeah, it's your choice. You want to
Okay,
do side.
side.
Zach and Matt will probably do a profile next week.
So we're facing this guy.
I want to add the question.
Yeah, sure, what's up?
Why not M7 that go on top of your Constellars?
This extra deck is so tight, in all honesty. Like,
Yeah,
finding room for anything, it's like I've had to cut stuff that I wouldn't think I would have to cut.
Yeah, like you don't have 101.
No, yeah, the 101 was cut because of the idea of Shadal's, because like you can Castell something to the deck and it's okay, but if you 101 and they destroy it, which they will go to the graveyard and the effect goes off.
Okay.
So that's the reason why. That's why a lot of people have been cutting it. It's still good. Like if I ran like Heraldic Beast,
Yeah.
and I had all that extra room for 4s, yeah, I would run 101 because it's still good, but I don't have any room. Plus, yeah, I try run more light targets for Honest as well, because even Evil Sword Satellarknight is a light, which is silly. Side deck I ran spells, Destruction for Necros, which I didn't face at all. Third MST just for Quill Forts and back row shenanigans. Traps, Soul Drain, Graveyards of Pain, Anti-Spell Fragrances, make Quill Fort players cry, and also stall Necros players. 1 Chain D, due to other cards I had to put in, I had to cut this to 1. It's really good against BA, it's really good against, actually it's really going to be good against Yang Zings, depending. You just can't activate during the battle phase, which kind of sucks. So when they actually try to make their plays their turn, you just banish all their little guys, because a lot of their stuff has 0 attack or really low, and it's fine. 3 Imperial Iron Wall, it just stops Infernoids and Necros. It's really good, and it doesn't affect me at all, or any Chaos Engine. Monster-wise, 2 Effect Veiler, because stopping monsters doing their thing is always good. 3 Max C, because you know, I need drawing more in this deck is good. Like I already draw a decent amount, that's why I cut Upstart, because the shares and the sticks make it better. And then my final card is 1 Regal, because this gets out of the window lock, because when you can't do anything, you'll just summon him, boost him by 500, makes him 24, attack over your window, and then next turn I can do things. So it's just like kind of a beat stick to get out of a lock of a monster. And also this gets out of the Jin lock too. So yeah, that's all I wrote.
That is Satellarknight.